feeling. What more can I say? Top feeling, that's what we get. Got it good since you understood. Would you stop scheming and looking hard? I got a great big bodyguard, so
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis. And with pregame.
Thank you, Kevin.
He is an intimidating factor for sure. David, thanks. While we get a break, let's now take a look at the October standings out east. Take a look at the Bulls. Third best record here in the early going.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
They had a plan coming into the year. I mean, they stuck to it, and it's worked to perfection.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley is the point with Mitchell as the two guard. In at the small and power forward, it's Ingles and Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in at the pivot, manning the middle. And for Chicago, in the backcourt, it's Ball and Levine. Dosunmu is out there with Green, and it's Vucevic in at the 5. Well, we're looking at teams with first-year coaches, Chris. How long do you think it usually takes to get up to speed with the new system?
You know, it depends, Kevin. Do you have veteran players on your team? Is it a familiar system that guys have seen before? Young squads, they take a little bit more time to get up to speed. It may take till the All-Star break or so.
Here's Conley following the basket by Lonzo Ball. In transition, here come the Bulls. Jacks up a three. No good that time. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
But you also got to give credit to the offense, too. I mean, they exploited every hole they saw in the defense.
Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
For Utah, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Conley. Pass to Ingles. Lets the three fly. Nailed from three-point land.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover. Wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Now here's Conley. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Has to Gobert. Vucevic against Mitchell. Back to Ingles. Passes it to Gobert. Makes it off the glass.
Rudy Gobert.
And just an excellent rebounder. Gobert is so good at using that incredible wingspan to track down those additional scoring opportunities.
Now here's Ball. 20 points for him last game against New York.
He didn't ignore the defensive aspect either. I mean, his 3 blocks tell that story.
Now Mitchell. Following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep. Mitchell kicks to Conley. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. And they call him Spider because of that long wingspan, 6'10" at present, but standing 6'1". Mitchell to compete defensively at that shooting guard position.
Bulls trail by 6. Here's Ball. Gobert with the block.
And that's why you want Gobert on the floor. He's as good defensively as any big you will ever see. Where he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Bulls shooting their first free throws of this one. Free throw good, Levine. And we know what Mitchell can do offensively. But, Greg, how do you evaluate his defensive deep?
And, Kevin, without question, there's room for improvement. I'd say he's probably below average, but he has the tools that if he tightens up that part of his game, look out.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Bradley's checked in for Vucevic. Jones comes in for Green. Kobe White, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's Alex Caruso in for Ball. Now here's White, following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. Caruso, the pass to Levine. Broke loose. Stolen by Mitchell. Unloads. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Now, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they can.
Oh!
Got to give Levine some love. Many of the dunks he pulls off are just flat out nasty.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Mitchell outside. Here's Whiteside. And a good offensive board when he gets the bucket.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Levine's shot is off.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
And there is the whistle that goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game. O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz.
The floor for the Jazz, Royce O'Neal.
Gay against Levine. There's a minute left in the first quarter. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Determination from Levine. I mean, finding his finish despite the contact.
White against Clarkson. Nice ball movement by Utah. And there's the pass to Whiteside. Shoots over Bradley. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Whiteside deserves a lot of credit for the career he's had. I mean, it didn't come easy. He had to earn his way up through the G League, playing overseas. He worked hard to become a solid NBA center.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Tony Bradley. Green comes in for Derek Jones. Dosunmu, he's checked in for Kobe White. And Ball subbed in for Alex Caruso.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Whiteside up top. Dixon up top, guarded by Levine. Count it.
One of the things Clarkson does best is converting off the dribble drive.
Bulls have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Levine. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Here's O'Neal. Three-pointer. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Jazz lead by... Well, Donovan Mitchell may get the spotlight, but he understands.
At the end of the day, I'm here to play basketball.
Mitchell as well, White, has a humility about him, Greg, despite his all-star status.
Hasn't let the endorsements or signature shoe deal go to his head. This guy sees the bigger picture.
Pascal. That's his first personal foul.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter.
At the line
And a moment now to
Chicago.
look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Utah.
They're doing great work on the boards in the early going, especially at the offensive end. Those second chance points are starting to add up.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
So with Conley sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. O'Neal is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Eric Castro. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Clarkson in at the 2 spot.
He's fired up tonight and having no trouble in finding points for his team.
Utah trailing here. And Levine improving as a playmaker, Chris. His assist totals continue to grow.
He came into the league as a point guard. He's been a shooting guard for a long time.
Donovan Mitchell.
He still has strong playmaking instincts.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Donovan Mitchell is a force offensively, of course, but he knows there's room for work at the other end. He said, I feel the need to really get after it defensively and show that. I watch film on every person I'm guarding. Defense travels. Offense comes and goes. Guys, back to you.
He's never satisfied, and I love that about him, D.A. Thanks. Ball. Fires the three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
But this is how White is built. I mean, you'll probably always see him take around half his shots for three-point line.
Pass to Pascal. He kicks it to Conley. No good on that one. White with the defensive effort. Out to the right wing. Ball from long range. The Bulls keep it alive. The three. White, good. White's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bulls.
Oh, there's such a great rhythm to the game. White looked comfortable on the catch and shoot.
Conley against Ball. On the wing, Ingles. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Well, for a lot, Chris, the mid-range shot has fallen out of favor in the past decade or so. Do you think that trend will go the other way at some point?
Well, let's talk about it, Kevin. The mid-range shot didn't fall out of favor with champions. Golden State, don't they shoot mid-range? Oh, yeah, they did. Toronto, didn't they shoot mid-range? I think so. Let's see, who was before that? LeBron's teams, Cleveland, Miami, did they shoot mid-range? Yeah. So I just want to change that statement and narrative. Everyone, check it out. Winners, yeah, they have mid-range games. Those that don't have any mid-range games, they haven't won a championship.
Yep, that one goes. The Jazz have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Conley kicks to Bogdanovich. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Bogdanovich has got 7 points in the game.
I love the awareness. Conley is adept at reading the defense and realizing when his guys are on cover.
Ball from long range. Sinks the three-pointer.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Jazz have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Pass to Pascal. Got it. Good job in the low post. We've got the game tied up here for the Jazz.
Well, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the ball.
He gets that one.
Look at that awareness of ball. Fantastic at recognizing when his teammates are wide open.
And here is Conley. Passes it to Gobert. Now Conley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Conley's got his second bucket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Ball, no good. And it's Conley with the ball for the Utah Jazz. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are 2 teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Right the pass to Dosunmu. Lets it go from deep. And the Bulls with another miss. Utah leading by 3. Ingles with the ball. 5 points in the game. Outside, Bogdanovich. Here's Pascal. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his third personal foul.
Going 41st in the draft. If that was done over, he'd be a lottery pick.
Yeah, I mean, you get knocked down due to staying in college for years. I mean, it allowed him to be an NBA ready and polished as a player. Great pickup for his team.
Levine's checked in for the Bulls. Alex Caruso comes in for Lonzo Ball.
And defense just handed White that assist. I mean, he smartly feeds a wide open shooter.
Paschal against Jones. And the basket by Paschal. Paschal's got 7.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
White dishes to Jones. Bulls moving the ball around. Bradley kicks to Levine. Jones trying to get open. And there's Levine on the assist by Bradley. Levine's got 5 points now in the quarter. Gay passes to Clarkson. From outside the arc. Here's Whiteside. Chicago grabs the miss. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
When you're not connecting from deep, you got to mix it up. I mean, look to score inside more. They didn't do enough.
Chicago foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shot, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
And Green gets it to go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The drive by Mitchell. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. It's all tied in Chicago. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the... Zach LaVine was the man in the first. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Shaq. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. In the backcourt, it's Ball and Levine. Green is out there with Vucevic, and it's Caruso in at the 3 slot. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. Conley's shot is off. And Chicago has possession. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Levine can't hit. Jazz shooting well, 50% from the floor. Here's Mitchell. He takes it in. The shot's good on the assist by Engel. Mitchell's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Jazz. Levine, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, Levine's game is defined by energy and aggression. He doesn't back down from being a defender.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Now here's Conley. 5 points in the game. He feeds it to Bogdanovich. Stolen by Ball. Caruso, the pass to Levine. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Not much you can do on defense. I mean, sometimes Levine is just a little faster down.
Chicago shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Ball against Mitchell. Lets it go from 14. Here's Bogdanovich. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Misses the 3.
They're having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts. Everyone knows Levine is an aerial artist. He makes the dunk look effortless.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam King. And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy. you have to defensively.
And checking out the stats for Zach LaVine, great showing for him last season. He put up about 27 points per game last season, 5 assists and 5 rebounds. And to have a player who can fill it up like him coming in off the bench, what an asset.
Well, the offense, I mean, the second unit is built around his ability to score. He usually delivers.
Mitchell outside to stop the run, and it's good on the layup. Mitchell's got 4 points in the quarter.
One of the more powerful young guards in our game. Mitchell loves to attack the heart of the defense.
Chicago calls timeout. The Bulls make a switch here. Dosumu's checked in. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Rudy Gobert, #1.
It happened so often. I'd say to myself, there's no way he can get to that shot. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and it go down as another block.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. There's an element to Nikola Vucevic's game that fits well with most of the league's modern offensive schemes.
And with his inside-out game, he's a guy that can stretch the floor. And, Kevin, when you look at today's NBA, nothing is more important than spacing and passing. And when Vucevic is on the court, you can be sure the spacing will be excellent.
That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Conley.
This has been a strength of Conley's throughout his career. A spot-on finish.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Ingles against Ball. Baseline J on the way. And it's Conley that time on the assist from Ingles. And that's 10 points for Mike Conley. To the middle. They kick it out to Green. Ball from long range. A rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Utah Jazz last season was elite at both ends of the floor. Sixth Man of the Year winner Jordan Clarkson says, 3 things we've been doing well are playing fast, sharing the basketball, and defense. We're playing a fun style of basketball and just keep racking up the wins. Guys?
They are fun to watch and a handful. D.A. thanks. Conley finds Mitchell. Shoots over Vucevic. And they get it back. Count that one. Bogdanovic has got 12.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
The size and skill set of Ball is unique, which is why defenders have a hard time guarding.
Chicago shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Zach LaVine's checked in for Alex Caruso. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Whiteside's checked in for Gobert. Gay comes in for Bogdanovic. O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Clarkson in for Mike Conley.
And the wily athleticism of Gay helps him in these situations. Just so clever at finding ways to bury shots against defenders.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw.
For Chicago, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
At the line for Chicago.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Mitchell passes to Whiteside. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. And Utah another 3.
And the coaching staff loves this. Mitchell being assertive on offense and just imposing his will.
LaVine for 3. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Gay on the jam by Rudy Gay.
Well, how about the slick moves of Gay? A quick ball handler who loves cutting apart defense.
O'Neal with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. Poked away. Gay outside. Stolen by Ball. Dosunmu, the pass to LaVine. Outside, Ball. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Whiteside's got his 6th rebound on the night.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here's LaVine. And the jam by LaVine.
Shots like this one, it gets LaVine going. I mean, he loves showing off that big boy muscle on these contact finishes.
Jazz leading by 4. Gay kicks to Clarkson. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Clarkson's got his second basket of the night.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. That's good from Ball.
His quiet, easygoing nature, that's what Ball brings. That's what makes him so likable. He's someone his team loves to play for, and they generally respect.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Tony Bradley's checked in for Vucevic. Jones comes in for Green, and it's White in for Dosunmu. Here's Mitchell. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Alex Caruso, who's checked in for Chicago.
Checking into the game for your Bulls.
Mitchell against Jones. And that one's good, Mitchell.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Caruso, the pass to LaVine. O'Neal with the rebound. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Utah. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. So with Conley sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Whiteside. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Donovan Mitchell. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's O'Neal in it for 3.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's LaVine. He can't hit that time. The Jazz go the other way with it.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's O'Neal, and there's another one for the Jazz.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Mitchell outside. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Whiteside. Bogdanovich comes in for Rudy Gay. Joe Ingles is checked in for O'Neal. And it's Conley in for Donovan Mitchell. Gobert finds Ingles. Shot clock at 5. Back to Gobert. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
Assist goes to
Ingles has got 3 assists now in this one. Chicago calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks. A trend that they'd like to reverse.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Vucevic checked in for Bradley. Green comes in for Jones. Dosunmu, he's checked in for Kobe White. And Ball subbed in for Alex Caruso. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. See if the message sunk in, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks.
He's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And the basket by Ingles.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Just a dream scenario for them so far. Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine. He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only one in the first.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss, but we'll see how long they can make this last.
There's Ball with the three, and again, no good by Chicago.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Bulls trail by 18. Down low. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Ball. Ball's got his 7th assist in the game. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his 5th foul.
And
it's clear he's been a little out of control here tonight. The refs clearly have their eyes on him, and that's number 5.
And Gobert kicks to Ingles. Clarkson on the wing. Buries it from three-point range. And the Jazz lead by 19.
No, Clarkson loves to drive, but he's also improving from distance.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Cans it from downtown. Levine's got 32 points.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle this team back into it.
And Jack Levine gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Mitchell, he's checked in for Clarkson. The drive by Mitchell. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
For 3, Levine. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
The wide open look here for Ingles. Utah keeping it alive. A new 14. And Mitchell gets it to go. And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
Come on. Injuries like this can change the course of a game, even the whole season. Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Bulls making a switch here. White's checked in. The Jazz on offense. They're on a 19-7 run. Gobert finds Conley. Here's Mitchell.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Over White. Here's Gobert. Sinks that one from the post. Gobert's got 4 this quarter.
And using his insane wingspan and athletic frame, Gobert can flat out dominate down low.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Great player movement is always a constant in the NBA, but with more players on the move every year, the power balance can shift in the blink of an eye.
And we've seen it with the Lakers, right? Just a few years ago. The Nets and a few others. Not everyone, though, loves it, but it sure keeps things interesting.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Tony Bradley's checked in for Vucevic, and it's Williams in for Ball. And it's White missing. Utah leading by 22. Oni passes to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And no issues at the rim for Gobert. One of the league leaders in flushes. The Frenchman loves to finish above the rim.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Utah.
Look, from mid-range, they've been deadly all day. It's really opened things up for them at the other end of the floor.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Jazz.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, Just a monster game for Donovan Mitchell.
Wow, he owned this game. He never stopped working. He did it all for them, and you can't help but admire that kind of thing.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
And after a down season in 2020, with some questioning if he was over the hill, Mike Conley came roaring back last season.
And the first player ever to make his All-Star debut that far into his career, it had to feel something like redemption. And I tell you, he's not done yet. Has a nice new contract to prove it.
The pass to Pascal. That one misses. Bradley with some nice D. White with it. Butler covering. And it's White missing. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Jazz. And the foul called on Ayo Dosunmu. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. And we'll go to the line to shoot two.
Oh, that's just the veteran.
Mike Conley.
I mean, he's such an amazing defender who offers a lot of wisdom and leadership to younger teammates.
And White kicks to Brown. Lets it go from 11. It's picked off.
Chicago foul. Tyler Cook. That's his first personal foul.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
Mike Conley.
Both shots good from the stripe. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 29. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, it's so important at this stage of the game for everyone to be on the same page and working together.
Here's Ball. Can't connect. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This crowd was